Welcome to Chapter 13. Is Krishna Gowda's elephant with another elephant? Is it wild? Did they kill Nagaraja? What happened to his cloak? No one tried to get the right answer for anything. In the morning, the police were going to close the case, saying that Velayudan's shroud, which was a lump of elephant, was Nagaraja's shroud. But Velayudana's wife was shaking and showing her clothes, which hindered them. Some people said, "Will there be any survival if I go behind the jungles?" I saw that Ramappa was with the jungles, and if I saw that Nagaraja had gone there, I would expect that he is not in his right mind. Veterinary Stockman defended his argument that the elephant was here in a state of mental retardation. Seeing that it had killed the mahout, the mad dog was guaranteed to be mad. Some said that Nagaraja committed suicide because he could not bear the humiliation of the public meeting. Velayudan's wife, who was sitting crying as Golo, identified the lump of meat thrown by the elephant as her husband's, and when the police came to the palace, she started to choke her throat. Perhaps she thought that if she convinced the government of her terrible injustice, she would get some sort of relief. In response to the questions asked by the police, she was screaming loudly that she did not have children, and when she was about to sleep in Velayuda's stable, Velayuda said that she would feed the elephant snails, and she shouted all the things she wanted and did not want. In between, Krishna Gowda's elephant was also cursed. The fact that she was nagging and the police were recording the same made the situation look like a farce. While inspecting the spot, the elephant's tusk touched the ground and pointed out that the earth had been dug up with a pickaxe and said in his ear that this was not the work of Krishna Gowda's elephant. After listening to Velayudan's wife's Hawiyala and Prakashana analysis, I got a clear picture of what might have happened there the previous night. But we didn't tell it to anyone. Analyzing all the incidents of Krishna Gowda's elephant in their own way, I felt that if there is a moral lesson in this too, why should we put our noses in the middle? After it became clear how Velayudan's death happened, Nagaraja's Anadana came to the police. If there was a death, murder or suicide of Nagaraja's ancestor, all of them would wash their hands by shedding tears, saying that it was a sin. Nagaraja could not be found even though he went and searched behind hundreds and ate irresponsible speculations of people. At first they suspected that Krishna Gowda's elephant had killed him somewhere in the inaccessible forest and dumped him on the ground. If so, all the events that happened because of that elephant would have a meaning. The police searched everywhere and found Nagaraja's hideout. But Mahajaru wrote that the shroud was not found. But Kavi was found at a distance of 15 kilometers from Madijir, changing the direction of people's speculation again. How did Nagaraja's Kavi come so far? That started. In the irresponsible words of people, what is true and what is false cannot be separated. Some people said that Nagaraj had a sudden change of heart, removed a cow, threw it into the drain and boarded a bus to Dharamsthala, and they saw him walking around Dharamsthala with his head shaved. Even if the guard Ramappa was there, he went to Dharmasthala and ran around after those who had shaved their heads. Some said that if Nagaraja was coming back on his way, he crossed the car of Gangadhar, a sandal carrier, sat inside it without looking back and chased the elephant in the car, and Nagaraja must have been lost in his Ganga. Seeing that Nagaraja's Kavi Sikhu henna was not found, I and the publisher felt that this was not the work of an elephant. We reported this to Gadu Ramappa after hearing a rumor that his hideout was found 15 kilometers away and that he had boarded a smuggler's car. But when Ramappa was told this news, he spoke as if he knew more about it than we did. Nagaraja stopped the car of Gangadhar's gang and peeped to check what was inside. Akedi Nagaraja, who was inside, raised the window of the car and grabbed his neck so as not to pull out his head. When some people who were waiting for the night bus near Makigad saw the car with Nagaraj hanging in the window and shaking frantically towards Chamadi, Gadu Ramappa said, "Smugglers are hateful people. It's not like Nagaraja is facing them. If we tell, who will listen to us? Tell me." It was the last time I saw Gadu Ramappa Nagaraj. Chapter 14 continues.